Hello, viewers. Welcome to Football Discussion Daily. I'm your host, CGO. Please endeavor to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and other social media platforms. Thank you very much for joining us. On the show, we'll be talking about the second semi-final of the ongoing FIFA World Cup that will be between Argentina and the Three Lions of England. It's going to be a crunch. That's a very interesting game that will be taking place at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. That is a stadium that has a retractable roof. Very beautiful stadium. That is where the game will be taking place. That game will be played on Wednesday, July 15, 2026, and the kickoff time is 3 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be an explosive game. When you look at the Argentine team, Argentina is a team that normally like to control the tempo of the game. They thrive on making short passing during build-up in order to cleanly escape every pressing from their opponents. And we all know that the English team, one of their strengths in this competition is to play with high intensity and also press. That's what England does. And that's one of their strengths. And one of the strength of the English side also is when it comes to set pieces. They are very good, especially when you look at the way Declan Rice normally makes his delivery during free kicks and then during corners. And you have players like Harry Kane, who is very dangerous whenever it's in the box during whenever England is taking set pieces. England has really shown that that's one of their strength in this competition. So that's one area England would like to capitalize on. And one thing with England is they also try to explore the the wide areas whenever they play. That's why when you have players like Bukayo Saka, you have players like Anthony Gordon. These guys are very pacey. They are very skillful, and if you give them the space, they will surely exploit it, especially in the wide area. So England will be banking on these guys to really help them, especially when you look at the fact that Argentina has shown a defensive vulnerability during counterattacks because there is a kind of a relatively narrow midfield, which normally causes kind of isolation on their fullbacks. And that opens up Argentina, especially when there is a kind of a counterattack from the opponent. You see them exposed. And one certain is that Argentina, they don't have players that are very good when it comes to tracking back, players who have that pace, track back and try to stop the opponent. We see that being exposed when they play against Cape Verde, Egypt, and even against the Swiss team. It's one big challenge this Argentine team has, which they need to really address if they want to stand a chance against the English side. For England also, sometimes when they do some kind of aggressive high press, sometimes they get carried away and you see them expose pockets of space behind their defense line. That's also one big problem the English team has, which they have to really address. If not, the Argentines, they have very deadly strikers. Players like Julian Alvarez are not players who this kind of space. We saw the way he was able to score a beautiful goal against the Swiss side when they got their 3-1 victory against Switzerland. So such players are players the English team really need to watch out for. They also have Lautaro Martinez. He's another very good striker. The Argentines will be banking on. And for Argentina, definitely they'll be banking on the brilliance of Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi already has 8 goals in this competition. He has 2 assists. On the part of the English, they'll be banking on the brilliance of Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham has really been that player that has shown that when it comes to the big stage, he's the man to count on. He has been very exceptional at this competition. We saw he was able to score a brace in the game against Mexico, and also the game against the Norwegians. He was able to score a brace. So he has 6 goals and 1 assist in this competition. Uh, and same thing with Harry Kane, who also has 6 goals, 1 assist. But Harry Kane, there are goals he scored through penalty. For Jude Bellingham, all those goals were non-penalty goals, which shows you how very good he is. One good quality with him is he has that pace to always get himself to the box whenever the wingers make pull-outs, crosses. Jude Bellingham always arrives in the box of the opponent on time, and that has really helped him in getting those goals he has scored for England. And when it comes to defensive duties, he's also there. So he's one player with great energy, great strength, and he has been very helpful to this England team. If you look at the way England has really progressed in this competition, Jude Bellingham has really made tremendous contribution, uh, helping England to semifinals. And I'm sure they'll be banking on him to make a big difference in this game against the Argentine team in the semifinals. If we look at the head-to-head for both sides, England and Argentina have played on 40 occasions. England has won 6, Argentina has only won 2. And then they had 5 draws, and they've played at the World Cup on 5 occasions. The first time they played was in 1962. The World Cup hosted by Chile at the group stage. England defeated Argentina 3 goals to 1. In 1966, when England hosted the World Cup, both teams played at the quarterfinal stage, and England defeated Argentina 1 goals to 0. That was the World Cup that England won. 1986, Mexico, Argentina, they defeated England 2 goals to 1. That was a game where Diego Armando Maradona scored with a hand, and it was termed the hand of God. Uh, they defeated England in that game. The English never forget what happened in that game. Uh, in 1998, in the round of 16, they played a 2-2 draw, and then during penalty shootout, Argentina won 4-3 on penalties. And that was one game that David Beckham was given a red card. He got a red card in that game, and somehow it affected the English team, that particular encounter. In 2002, at Korea, Japan, in the group stage, both sides played each other, and it was England that defeated Argentina 1 goals to 0. The interesting thing there was that David Beckham, who was sent off in 1998 when they played in the round of 16, was the player who scored a penalty in that game to give England that victory. So they've played at the World Cup 5 times. The English have won thrice. Argentina won twice. So that tells you that this is a game that is going to be very, very close. Either of both sides can come out victorious in this particular game. And then when we look at how Argentina were able to get to this stage, Argentina's path to the semi-final. At the group stage, where they finished top of Group J, they defeated Algeria 3 goals to 0. They defeated Austria 2 goals to 0. Defeated Jordan 3 goals to 1. And then in the round of 32, they defeated Cape Verde in the extra time 3 goals to 2. Round of 16, they defeated Egypt 3 goals to 2. And then in the quarterfinals, they defeated Switzerland 3-1. That game went into extra time, full 90 minutes. The game was still at 1-1. And that was a game that Switzerland got a red card. Brilliant was given a second yellow card, which resulted into a red card. And the Argentines were able to find a breakthrough in the extra time of that game. And for England, finished top of Group L with 7 points. They defeated Croatia 4 goals to 2, played a goalless draw against Ghana, and defeated Panama 2 goals to 0. In the round of 32, they defeated DR Congo 2 goals to 1. That was a game that Harry Kane scored a second half brace. They came back from behind to get that victory against DRC Congo. And in the round of 16, England defeated Mexico 3 goals to 2. Remember, that was a game they gave Jarrell Kwanzaa a red card. Despite the red card, England were able to hold firm and they got victory in that game. And in the quarterfinals, they played against Norway and they won 2-1. Jude Bellingham scored a brace. The second goal he scored in that encounter was 3 minutes into extra time. And England came out victorious, and that was the game that took them to their fourth ever FIFA World Cup semi-final. So that is how both teams were able to get to the semi-final stage of this competition. And if we look at what the predicted lineup is going to be for this encounter, Argentina, they normally play tactical formation of 4-4-2. And in goal, we should have Emiliano Martinez. And then their back four, we should have Molina, we should have Christian Romero, we should have Lisandro Martinez and Nicolas Tagliafico playing in the defense. And then we should have Rodrigo De Paul, Leandro Paredes, Enzo Fernandez, and Alexi McAllister. And then their true front players is going to be Lionel Messi and Julian Alvarez. It's possible they might consider Lautaro Martinez, but I think the coach would like to stick to Lionel Messi and Julian Alvarez. Probably Lautaro Martinez might come in the second half, especially when you look at that brilliant goal Julian Alvarez scored against Switzerland. And for England will be playing a tactical formation of 4-2-3-1. In goal, we should have Jordan Pickford, and then their four-man defense. We're going to have Ezri Konsa, John Stones, McGahey, Nico Riley, and then defensive midfield, double pivot. We should have Declan Rice, Elliot Henderson, and then those that will be playing the attacking midfield role. Bukayo Saka should be operating from the right flank. We should have Anthony Gordon playing from the left side. Jude Bellingham will play as the number 10, and then their centre forward is going to be Harry Kane. So that is what the predicted lineup should look like in the game between Argentina and England. It's going to be very, very difficult to make a prediction on what will be the outcome of this game because you never can write off the Argentines. One thing about Argentina is that they are very determined. They are very composed the way they play their opponents. Even when they are trailing behind, they still have that belief that they can come back. We've seen them do that in this tournament. So that's one team that one can never underestimate, and they are the defending champion of this competition. And for England as well, England, we've seen them do some comeback at this competition against DR Congo. They came back from behind to get victory in their game against Mexico. Despite playing with 10 men, they were able to hold their ground, get victory. Against Norway, they came from behind and got a win. So it's going to be a close one. Either of both sides can win this game. It's difficult to predict who comes out victorious, but I believe the better team will win this particular game. If you have prediction to make regarding this game between Argentina and England, please drop it in the comment section. Let us know what you think, and please help us to share the video so that people can get to watch. Thank you very much for watching, and you have a wonderful time. Bye for now.